This is the My Camping Adventures channel. We're on Route 444 in the Allegheny Forest. As I almost go off the road. There we go. We're going to go on an off-road adventure, or at least a rough road adventure. Gonna pop the Jeep into four-wheel drive here. And we're gonna go see what we can see. One of the things that I like about a Jeep Wrangler is you feel comfortable going places like this where you just wouldn't in a normal car. If you've watched my channel, I'm not a normal 59-and-a-half-year-old. I like to go camping. I like gear. I like adventure. I'm 23 inside, just 59-and-a-half, almost outside. But come along for the adventure, because I've been doing this all my life. I know a lot of stuff. Sometimes it comes out. And if I can do this, you can. I dedicate this video, again, to my good friend's son, Matt. Because, Matt, you should be out here riding shotgun with me. You'd love it. And I invite you along anytime. You're a great guy. So, driving along here, I usually like to pop the windows open, get some air. I could put it in manual, and I could crawl along at 3-4 miles an hour. It's another cool thing you could do in a Jeep Wrangler. It's a pain in the butt to pop it out of manual though. So I'd love to. Oh, there's a car. Hardly ever see vehicles along here. I'd love to see an animal, but let's see if I can pull off here without like destroying anything. Or he's pulling off for me. Awesome. Manners in the woods. So we're we're on a normal road. People would kill you around and get out of your way. Literally, I had people following me, tailgating me on the way down. It's a Sunday. It's Memorial Day weekend. I'm going 5 to 10 miles an hour above the speed limit, and people in cars with half a bumper on them and tried to get around me. And then they passed me in a no-pass zone. Why do you think I like to come out here? Anyway, once that truck was coming up, I doubt we're going to see any wildlife, but there's a real good puddle down here, about 20 inches of water that I love blowing through and getting mud and water all over my Jeep. I call it war paint. And then I go into a nearby town, Kane, and have a steak dinner and a Manhattan, or an old-fashioned. Best of both worlds. I have seen turkey down here. I have seen deer down here just ambling across the road. They don't expect people to come back this far. At least not on a regular basis, so they're not as shy. In fact, the only time you don't see wildlife down here is during hunting season. They kind of know. And my friend Matt laughed because in my e-bike adventure, there's a cul-de-sac. It just circles around, and I said in my day that's where two teenagers would park and we'll just use the word spoon for those of you old enough to get that. And well, back in my day down here, people would bring their cars down here and pull over on the side of the road and well, spoon. Nowadays, hardly anybody comes down here. It's just sad nobody goes in the woods anymore. Not that you want to run into, what's that movie, Deliverance? But most of the times you just meet good old boys in their trucks trying to look for deer. Or guys in my Jeep, like a Jeep like mine, Just trying to look for a little fun. So now we're gonna see any animals today because that truck came up and probably spooked them all already. If you're the first vehicle in, you usually can see some stuff. If you're the second, well, here's the thing. There's not a lot of cell service down here. So you gotta bring in what you have. If I ever got waylaid down here, I'd have to have a GPS, a messenger or something, or walk out. So there is adventure here. I don't want to go too fast. Sometimes there's a tree line by the side of the road and you got to cut it down. I see a lot of people have moved stuff out of the way already. The road's getting worse, which just makes a Jeep happy. Puddle. Got my windows open. Hopefully this other one won't go too high. I think I'm going to close them. We did get a shitload of rain. Now, this is always interesting because the Jeep can ford up to 30 inches of water, or then your SOL. So hopefully this puddle ain't full. We're going to find out though because I'm already committed. Oh boy, this is gonna be interesting. Hang on, here we go. Oh Lord Jesus. All right, we made it. Prayer never helps. All right, now we're gonna go back up. I'm gonna try and not hit these drilling rigs. Now, that's pretty scary because I saw smoke coming off the engine, which means, holy shit. Yeah, I do see smoke coming off the engine. That was pretty close. That was pretty close. All right. Let's see if we can get out of here. Sad part is I'm having fun. Let's see if we can get through this without like destroying my Jeep. We'll be all good. I got my war paint on to go into Kane. All right, one more time. Here we go. One more time. Yeah, oh, wow, that was like crazy. All right. And that's what you could do in a Jeep Wrangler. And that's what you could do if you come along with my camping adventures. Because life is too short and generally too boring or hard work not to go out and play in a few mud puddles. And I'm thankful I got the chance to do so today. And I wish I had started this channel 10 years earlier. Man, you guys would have seen some stuff. Alright. Funny thing is, when I went out on all my adventures all my life, I never used to bring a camera or anything because I wanted to get away from technology. The things I've seen, things I've done, you wouldn't believe me if I told you. But we could still have some adventure. And hopefully cell service when I go into Kane. Wondering where that steam was coming off. Radiator maybe? Alright. Like I said, we didn't see any animals, but you gotta admit going through that little puddle's fun. And you know what? There's a lot of people who can't come out and do this. They're locked in the city. They don't have a Jeep Wrangler. They don't get outside. so they could come along on my camping adventures. And it's like I have a virtual friend to share with. So I appreciate all you guys who watch my videos and subscribe. Maybe you have your similar adventures. And I wish all of you in the U.S. who celebrate a good Memorial Day. And I wish all of you around the world a peaceful weekend. So anyway, it's my little joyride on Route 444 in the Allegheny National Forest that I wanted to share with you all. And I don't know why I didn't turn the windshield wipers off early. Like I said, poor man's Truman Show. You get what you get. I finally figured out how to put this GoPro mount on the Jeep where it clips on a little more and it's less likely to fly off, because I bounce in the middle of a video. But guess what? I'm not AI. I don't want to be AI. Get what you get. No fancy production here. Just real life. With my Camping Adventures channel. Alright. We're gonna be coming out of Route 444 here now pretty soon. When I get some cell service, I'll be uploading this little Jeep adventure. Now, for all of those saying that, hey, you know, you're not crawling rocks or going 3 miles an hour, I try and have fun safely, and since new car prices are so extremely high, well, I do have a job and I have to use this for work. I want to kind of keep it like working. And since I have a child that does take up every cent of my extra income, because he's in college now, gotta take care of old Bessie here. You know what? If I bought a new Jeep, I'd get the exact same thing I have. Alright, so this is the My Camping Adventures, and that was an off-road, or at least a rough road, puddle adventure on Route 444. Please share, like, and subscribe. GoPro, stop recording.